Hello, this is a reply to Mr. Teggs, who's having some trouble with rotating his character, and it snaps when he goes into his aim. If he would show that in the video, yeah, you see how his character instantly turns, whereas in the one he showed earlier, he wants the character to kind of like, have a slightly smoother turn, even if a very quick one. So this is like some real, like, just basic stuff. And unfortunately, you went to Reddit, which is, well, it's Reddit. So I think people are way overcomplicating this because it's a simple act of reading. So there's three main things that control the rotation of your character. If you have a normal character class. And that is, on the class default, you have use controller rotation yaw, which is here, or you can find it in here and then there. You have in your character movement, we have, if you decide rotation, you have two things. You have use rotation, desired rotation, use controller desired rotation, and orientate rotation to movement. So if we read them all quickly, this one says that it will match the controller rotation. So if we turn that on and we have a look, we can see that, okay, everywhere my character is looking, my camera is exactly matching it, because that's what it says it does, right? It matches the rotation. And if we look at your video here, at the end, this is what you're using, use controller rotation yaw, which isn't what you want, because you said yourself you don't want it to snap, you want it to rotate. So that's not what you want, for one. So let's turn that off. What else have we got? Use controller desired rotation. If true, smoothly rotate the character towards the controller's desired rotation. That sounds exactly like what you want, right? So we'll turn that on. And what you'll see is that nothing happens. Why is this? Well, it's a funny thing that maybe what you've ran into and you haven't noticed. If you have orientate rotation to movement on, this will basically override that and make it not do anything. So if I turn this off, you'll see that now, when I turn, my character does rotate to where I'm looking, but it does it over a smooth rotation. So knowing that, what can we do? Well, when let's make this the right mouse button, because that's a bit weird. When my right mouse button is pressed, I'm going to use the desired rotation on my character movement, and I'm going to turn off the rotate to movement. And then when I release it, I'm going to switch them back around. So I'm going to turn off the desired rotation and turn back on the orientate to movement. And then what I get is something like, oh, I have this turned off. I want this off by default. Where are you? So I want this the other way around by default. I want to rotate to my movement up by default. So I have that. That works. And then when I right click, my character turns. And then if you want to change how quick that rotates, we'll do, I don't know, 1,000. You could obviously, there you go. So it will now just turn to wherever I click. And that's it. I'm pretty sure that's all you wanted, right? I didn't see anything else really in the question. I don't think I missed anything. So everyone who's telling you to do looks and shoot rays and stuff, the engine already does all that much stuff, my guy. Like, just, yeah, a little bit of fiddling. Anyway, I hope that helped. If not, actually, there's honestly another cool thing you can do, which is use a plugin. And I know that doesn't really help you as a developer if you're trying to learn, but some people just want to get to the end result. And that is a style of doing things, I guess. But if that is the way you want to do it, I highly recommend using AGR Pro, which is a free plugin. AGR is the main developer, and one of the things that it has is an animation master, which is really cool. So let's have a look. So I have it installed, and if I go to AGR and master and put it on my character, I have a few options. So there's a whole lot of options actually, and it does a whole bunch of stuff. If you go to here, there's a tutorials thing, there's a whole playlist, there's a Discord with a really good community, so you could go ask questions there and stuff if you have more complex questions. But one of the things we can do is there's a rotation method, and this is basically what we were just looking at, but a bit simpler. So we can just say we want to rotate to velocity, which is basically what we have right now, right? Where it doesn't do anything unless we move. Or we can say absolute rotation, which again is this sort of thing, which this is effectively doing what we just did. It's turning off different combinations of those booleans. We could do desired rotation, which is again, it's that thing we had before of it will just do it over a bit of time. And this is the one that's a bit more interesting. We can do desired angle, which is kind of nice, and it will wait until you hit 90 degrees, or I think you could even set that lower, so you could probably do like 45. And then, yeah, it will only turn when you get to 45 degrees. And that will give you those kind of like nice 90-degree turns if you have the nice animations and stuff. And then you have like pose tagging and stuff that works with the state machine, and there's a whole bunch of stuff this plugin does. But if you were struggling with like rotation and some animation stuff, I actually really highly recommend AGR. It's a super useful plugin with a lot of community and support behind it. So not only will you get useful tools, but you'll get a lot of help with it as well. So yeah, between those two, hopefully that's helped. If I misunderstood something and it's more complex than that, you can feel free to follow up, and I'll try to have another think and see if there was something else. But usually things like this are simpler than, simpler than people it can come across to other people on the internet. So yeah, cheers, my guy. Thank you very much.